slow.
Like the first time you did really good with it.
Okay.
She's staring at.
Every year in the United States, there are approximately 15,000 kids that under the age of 20 that get life-changing news. Their life as they know it would be over. They will be facing a lifelong and devastating disease that has no cure and no way of preventing it. I was only 13 when I found out I would be battling type 1 diabetes. I had been experiencing all of these odd symptoms, such as always being hungry but losing weight. I was also very thirsty and tired all the time. Over time, my symptoms increased and became clear that something was not right. A trip to the doctor and some simple blood work showed that my blood glucose was over 700. That was the beginning of my nightmare. I was quickly rushed off to a hospital over an hour away, where I spent several days learning just how much my life would change. I was no longer a carefree kid. I now had to learn to count carbs. Every little thing I ate had to be tracked so I would be able to take the right amount of insulin to keep my blood sugar normal. I now would have to take insulin injections several times a day for the rest of my life. I needed to learn what to do if my blood sugar got too high or too low, because if either happened, I could pass out or even die. My life would now be filled with going to the doctor several times a year to make sure I was managing my diabetes and checking for any complications that can happen because of my diabetes. Being diagnosed with a chronic condition at only 13 was very hard. It made me sad and very angry. I hated feeling different than everyone else. I hated that my future seemed so unsure of, since there can be some scary complications. I have had some ups and downs through my journey, but eventually things started to come together. My diabetes is a challenge, but it has taught me that I can overcome anything. Another huge life-changing event happened on June 20th, 2011. I traded in my easygoing life with little responsibility in for the demanding life of a parent. Unlike my diabetes, her birth definitely a positive life changer for me. Our family went from having two independent people in it to now suddenly having a daughter who depended on you for everything. I was used to being able to get 8 hours of solid sleep a night. After she was born, I found myself getting up in the middle of the night for diapers and feedings. Every one of her cries was a mystery I had to figure out, and it was not always easy. I also figured out quickly that she was not on our schedule, but we were on hers. It did not matter if I was hungry. When that little baby cried, my needs were pushed aside for hers. My daughter has taught me to not be as selfish and to put other people's needs before my own. She has also taught me to be more patient and gentle. The biggest change in me after having her was this. She sparked my motivation to go back to school and get my degree. I now have someone that I need to set a good example for. She has definitely made me a better person. Life has handed me many changes. Some were good, like the birth of my daughter, and some were bad, like my battle with diabetes. These changes have shaped my life. These changes have taught me that I can overcome and thrive even in a difficult situation. They have made me who I am today.